Well, once again, I'm sitting in the kitchen, and while the heater's not running and the refrigerator running, it distorts the background. Well, guys, this clicking of my clock on the wall. And I was thinking how many people sometimes when they sit there talking to God, they'll write it out like God's saying to them, "My child." I mean, if that's how He talks to them, it might be. But it doesn't. It's not the way He talks to me. I'll usually come out here and just sit here, have a cup of coffee or something to eat. And suddenly I get these thoughts, questions in my mind. And I ask him, "What do you think of that?" Then he responds back. Now when I type it up, I don't type it up God saying, "My son," or "Speak to my children." It doesn't come out that way. He said, don't write it that way. When you see Jesus speaking, my Father speaking through him, or Paul, Peter, James, John, the rest of them, they didn't write it in that way. They would speak as though it was them, but it's not them. The words I speak to are not mine, but my Father's. He might say that, but then he goes on and says it. They accuse Jesus of him saying these things. Well, it wasn't him saying it. It was the Father through him. And they try to judge him. See, these aren't my words. Don't judge me, judge my Father. If you judge me, you're judging my words of my Father. That's what it should be. Can we always do that? No, not really. This time it was just purely the flesh, my carnal thinking, and me speaking to myself. Remember you were saying, now you can talk to yourself as long as you don't answer yourself. Well, I talk out loud. I sit here in this kitchen when no one's home, wife's at work or something, the kids ain't around. I said, well, Father, here's my situation. I would explain it to him. Then I wait, have a sip of coffee, something to eat. Then I wait to my spirit. Here it comes. He responds. You expect it. But I don't write it out that way. I give you what He's given me, the living word of it. I give the question, then I give the answers. They aren't my answers. I know my answers. I made cassette tapes years ago, some 50 years ago, with a lot of my answers, my opinions, my ideas, and the opinions and ideas of others out of a library of books I have here. I would give their opinions and my opinion. But never did I ever understand that God wanted to give His opinion. And in order to get that, He had to erase a lot that was in my mind so that this mind, in my spirit, with the same mind that was in Jesus Christ. Jesus said that. He said it to the woman at the well. Woman, there's coming a day where God's going to speak to you one-on-one. And He said to His disciples one day, you will need to hear this word bounced off me. You will have the Father speak to you. You won't have to ask other people, who do men say that Jesus was? Or who do you think He was? You'll know. Because the same mind that's in me is in you. And that same mind will lead you to your Father. And He will speak to you as He speaks to me. While I'm in this mode as a son of man. He was a son of man. We know He constantly talked to the Father prior to His incarnation into this mode of a son of man. But while He became a son of man, He learned obedience by the things He was suffering. He learned, as we learned. He would wait to His Spirit. That's the hardest thing to get across to people. That point. But the difference between a carnal mind that has to surrender its opinions and the opinions of others and wait to your spirit, and the Father of your spirit will speak to you. That's what I'm trying to share. So that was just briefly some thoughts I got. I finished drinking my drink. I'm going to go back on the computer and probably type this up. Or just share this like I'm doing lately. This new series I'm putting out. This is a USB recorder. It's beautiful. Best little recorder I had. I used to have a little cassette recorder, but that kind of died, so I upgraded to a USB recorder. It's beautiful. A lot better capacity to record, and it records in stereo. So, I hope you got something out of this. Just a brief thoughts, sitting at my kitchen table. You'll find in your life you have points of contact. Find that point. And keep it to yourself. Because you share it like something's listening. Like evil listens. And he tries to disrupt it. Like here in a few more minutes, probably the heater will kick in. Or the refrigerator turn back on. Or the phone will ring. And that ends it. Find your place. That quiet spot. Where you can listen to God. You can talk to Him. He can talk to you. It's beautiful to hear from Him.